Hello everyone, this is the fifth episode of my Red Classic Goldcap challenge. It's been almost 2 weeks since last time, so let's see what have I been doing. I said in the last episode that I will get into flipping, as I have enough money now to play with, so I will show you some of the flips I did. I noticed that one of the inscription offhands have only 2 auctions up for a low price, so I decided to buy it out and released for 500 gold. Flipping crafted stuff is pretty risky, because people can always just craft more of it, but it worked out. I've managed to sell 2 of them for 500 gold, then it went down to 400 gold, but that is still 300 gold profit per item, which is crazy good considering its very high sale rate. In the next week, I've managed to sell like 15 of them for 400 gold, somehow no one ruined the price, which is very rare. Anyways, this was a very good buy, I made like 5000 gold just from that. After that, I bought out all the primal lives on the auction house for an average of 4 gold apiece. I've relisted them for 20 gold and managed to sell like 1/4 of my stock for that price. I sold the remaining ones a little over the price I bought it at, but that's still pretty good. I made back all my gold with only 1/4 of the items, so the rest was free money. That's how it usually goes. You get a big stock, sell some for a high price, then it goes back to normal. You can either wait for it to go back up again to sell what you have left, or just sell it back at normal price. Obviously, it's better to wait to sell high, but I have limited space considering I can only use one character in this challenge, so I don't want to store a lot of random items as they can fill up my storage pretty quickly. Unfortunately, my TSM accounting data vanished, so I have no clue how much I made exactly, but it was at least 500 gold from this. I asked you guys in the last episode what professions you would like to see me try to make gold with, and the most popular ones were jewel crafting and cooking. I'm still not sure if I want to get into jewel crafting. It would require me to get level 80 as most recipes are tied to dailies, winter grasp and reputations, and that would be way too much work for that. And it's also not very good at the moment in my opinion, unless you have every single recipe and you can sell all the different gems at the same time. It is a profession that is good to have on your main rather than your alt. Cooking on the other hand was a very nice recommendation, so I've decided to pick it up. Leveling it was fairly easy and not too expensive either. It cost me around 1000 gold to 350, which is not too bad. I bought all the materials from the auction house and some recipes when I had no other way to level, so from around 225 to 350. When I got to 350, I've decided to buy 10 waterlogged recipes for the cooking tokens, thinking I can skip doing the dailies, but I cannot read apparently. You can only use these from level 70, which was written on the item, but I didn't notice it only after I bought them. So I sold back all of them for a slight loss. But you know what they say, buy high, sell low. Anyways, I had to do some dailies to get the tokens, so that's exactly what I did. Luckily you can do them from level 65 and it is just running around Alaram for the most part, so it is easily doable. It took me around 8 days, but I managed to buy the 4 most important recipes: Dragonfin Fillet, Blackened Dragonfin, Fish Feast and Firecracker Salmon. These have the highest sale rate out of all. I will keep doing the dailies to get some more recipes and maybe the cooking hat, but given it's only once a day, it will take some time. The hat would be very useful to have, to decrease crafting times, but it's fine that I don't have it. At least cooking can be auto-crafted unlike enchanting or inscription. I can just go AFK while crafting instead of having to click. I also bought the Savory Deviate Delight recipe, as this food is the best selling cooking item since Classic, and it has always been very profitable. I found the recipe for only 250 gold, so I was quite lucky. People use this for raids and dungeons, and it has a higher sale rate than any other food item, so I highly recommend investing into this one. You can easily make your money back. I then did a mailbox opening. It was a 20,000 gold mailbox, since I didn't open it for quite a few days. I went up to 73k gold just with that. After that, I've decided to do something risky and possibly quite stupid. I've reset the Dragonfin Fillet market. I just started to craft them as this was the first recipe I purchased from the dailies, and they were selling pretty quickly, something I was not used to from other servers seeing sales so quick. Then someone dumped a huge stock of it for below crafting cost, making it impossible to make money with. So I thought it's the best time to reset it, as it is a Wednesday evening anyways, many people are buying just before the raid. So I started buying them all out. It took me a good 15 minutes and billions of internal auction errors and game restarts, but I managed to buy all of them. I didn't notice that there's a lot of them posted for above crafting cost, but at that point it was too late to stop. I purchased like 3000 pieces of it and started relisting at around 8 gold. I also purchased all the northern spices that was posted on the auction house at the time, making it harder for people to craft more of it. I didn't want to get stuck with too much materials, so I didn't purchase the fish it is made from. At the start, it was working out pretty nicely. I sold quite a few stacks for that very high price, but as soon as people noticed it, I started getting undercut instantly, and then a few hours later, the same guy who posted them for below crafting cost in the first place came in and posted another 100 stacks, so I just decided to wait out until it goes up again. I already had thousands of them to sell, so I didn't want to buy even more. In the end, I sold a good portion of them for crazy profits, and in around 2 days I've managed to sell all the remaining ones for around 5 gold apiece, making me 15 to 20 gold profit per stack. It doesn't seem that much, but when you have hundreds of stacks, it adds up. In total, I've made I think 4000 gold from this flip. Looking back, it was a very stupid idea, but it somehow worked out. At least now I have a feel how's cooking on this specific server, how much competition is there, how much can I approximately sell in a day, etc. It was a very good experiment for that. A few days later, I did the same thing with fish feasts, as most of them were posted under crafting cost, but this time in a smaller scale. I only bought like 1000 pieces of them. It was also working for a while. I sold many stacks for double than what I bought it for, but it quickly went back to crafting cost, so I didn't make much from this one. Maybe 1000 gold in total. Also considering that the posting fee is pretty high for this item, it wasn't too profitable, but I tried it at least. Some clips from the mailbox openings. These ones are a little bigger since there are many food sales in there. As you can see, I've mainly been selling savory David Delights, blackened dragon fin fillet, and fish feasts. In the past week, I've been focusing on cooking mainly, just so I can show you guys, and yeah, so far I only showed inscription mailboxes, so I figured it would make it a little more interesting. It is nothing crazy, but most of the time you can get 10 to 15 gold profit per stack of food you sell, and on raid days especially you can sell quite a few of them. I also got several questions about how I set up my ink prices to match the price of Ink of the Sea, so here's a quick clip. It is very simple, you just have to go to the report tab in your profession, then materials, type in ink, and then type this in there. It just basically means that the price of this item from now on equals to the 100% dbmarket of the item with an ID of 43126, which is Ink of the Sea. You do that to every ink, and from now on it auto updates their prices. After opening all the mailboxes, I'm at around 91,000 gold, which is not bad considering how little I posted in the past few weeks. I'm hoping to hit 100,000 gold in the next episode, as I'm pretty close to it, getting almost halfway to gold cap already. That is basically it for this episode. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Also, if you have any recommendation, what type of content you would like to see on the channel, what would be interesting, let me know. It can be any guide, challenge, or whatever you might want to see. Thanks for watching, see you in the next episode.